Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, that you like this video, and also that you comment below because I want to know what you are thinking. I just wanted to share a story with you guys. It's just gonna be a little short story, and I just hope that it blesses you. So I was in the process of applying to graduate school because I want to get my master's in higher education administration. I started this process like earlier in the year, trying to get recommendation letters, basically trying to figure out what college I wanted to go to and the programs that they do offer. Finally found a couple of schools that I was actually wanting to apply to. I'll just throw out the schools. So Barry University, Nova, FAU. So I took the GRE, right? I did okay. I applied and I finished my application, sent my recommendation letters, sent my scores, sent my transcripts. If you guys don't know, I have a business administration degree from FIU. So I finished all of those things. I sent my transcripts and everything from FIU and from Miami-Dade, because I did take classes at Miami-Dade College before. And so I was waiting on a response, and I'm thinking like I would get this response actually like later in August for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking I would get a response in August, but because I guess the deadline was like ongoing and rolling and everything, I just thought I guess I would get a response earlier, but it came very, very quick. So the response was that I was denied, right? I was denied from this university for their master's in higher education program. It came in an email, and of course it says, you know, like, it's unfortunate, blah, blah, blah. We are not able to, you know, accept you into this program. They sent the email, and you know, in my mind I'm thinking like, you know, okay, this was actually the school that I wanted to go to. This is actually the program that I wanted to do. So I'm thinking that, and in my mind I'm just like, God, you know, if this is not for me, then I guess it's not for me, right? Like, for me to go to the school. But then I was just like, you know, I still want to know why. You know, I still want to know, is it my GPA? Is it the GRE scores? Like, what exactly wasn't, you know, wasn't acceptable? So I was just like, okay, let me find out. So I'm thinking that I would just take the test over another semester and see what happens then. So I call to find out why I had been denied. And she says, you know, I'm talking to a person and she's saying that the person that would be able to tell me is someone from that department. She was an advisor, but you know, that's fine. She said that she couldn't tell me really, so she gave me someone to speak to. She gave me someone to speak to, and I said, okay, that's fine. She gave me the person's email, so I now am now looking for the person's number online, because I was just like, I don't want to send an email. Let me see if I can find the person's number. So I call the person, right? I find the number, I call the person, and she tells me, okay, the director of the program would be able to tell you, but she's currently speaking to a student right now, so she wouldn't be able to really talk to you right now. But just give me your name and she'll look you up and just basically see your file and your application and see what the issue was, right? So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. So this is like maybe the second person I spoke to. At this point, you know, I'm driving home right now. I'm driving home. This all happened like in one day. Well, I found out that I was denied, and then the next day is when all of this is happening. So I find this out, and I'm just like, okay, I'm in my car. I'm crying, y'all. I'm crying. So I'm crying. I'm listening to The Giant Is Dead by Dante Bowe. And I'm just like, I have the victory. In the back of my mind, I'm just like, it's okay. You have the victory anyway, even if they don't accept you, even because they didn't accept you, like, you still have the victory. Like, God has the final say anyway. Like, even though, God has the final say. And even if you don't go to this school, you have the 2 other schools, right? So this is all going on in my head. I'm just like, I have the victory. God has the final say. It's okay. Like, it's all right. You have options, so all these different things, even though this is the school that you really wanted to get into. I finally make it to my destination. I'm sitting in the driveway, and I'm just kind of just talking to God. I'm literally just talking. Like, it's not even like really a prayer. Really, it's just me and God having a conversation. Like, so what is the next step? What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? So I'm just waiting. And so I get the call from the director now. She's saying, hey, is this early? I say yes. And she says, I'm sorry. And then she says, you were not supposed to be denied. I'm just shocked, the crazy thing, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked at the same time for some reason. So, she's telling me, like, maybe it was the enrollment or admissions office that saw the application, but really didn't see your file in depth. Basically, like, they didn't see the GRE scores, they didn't see this, they didn't see that. And she was saying, like, I see your GRE scores, I see your GPA, I see all these different things, and you should be accepted into my program. And I'm like, Jesus. So I get off the phone with her, right? I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, God, you did this. Because, like, who would do this? Like, how do you turn a denial into an acceptance? Like, I don't even understand. Like, you just turned a denial into an acceptance. Because really, if I was just that person that was just like, okay, I got denied, all right, that's it, I don't have to call them, I don't have to, because who calls after a denial? Sometimes people don't do that. Usually people don't do that, right? But I'm over here thinking, like, no, I want to know. Like, tell me. Because I am that kind of person that wants that closure sometimes, like, well, most of the time. Like, if there is something, like, I would like to know why. And try to, get that closure. But if I did not call, I don't think this would be the same conversation that we would be having right now. Like, this would not read this type of video. So I'm thinking, like, God, I think you just basically pushed me to call. You pushed me to still want to get the answer. In my head, I'm just like, oh man, my friends know I'm applying, and my coworker knows that I'm applying, and I'm basically telling people, I'm applying for this and I'm applying for that. And so to get a denial letter, I gotta tell all these people, like, that I have been denied. So in my head, I'm just like, God, you just turned a denial to an acceptance, and you made something that didn't seem possible, and all glory goes to God. It's not me. It was not my GPA, and it was not my GRE score. It wasn't. Yes, I applied, but even with my apply, I still got the denial. But where my acceptance came from was from God, And I just want to thank God for that. There's no way that I cannot just thank Him for it, because I was in my car just like shocked. But then I was just like, thank you, Jesus, because I knew it was you. because it was only moments before that I was saying that you have the final say, and you really do have the final say, and you had the final say in this situation, and you did not let it affect your answer. You know, their answer didn't affect your answer, you know. So you knew it was a yes from the beginning. They thought it was a no, but you already had your yes coming already. So I just want to encourage you guys. I know it may seem impossible. I know that your faith may be diminishing and that your belief is dwindling, but know that with God all things are possible. Know that you can do all things through Christ, who strengthens you, and that He can turn 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread into a whole meal for 5,000 people. And He can turn a denial letter into an acceptance letter like He did for me. He can turn a bank account that has 60 cents, right? 60 cents in there into so much more. Like, He doubles and He triples and He just multiplies. Like, that's what He does, and He changes situations. That's what He does. When we understand that, I think it takes us to a whole nother kind of relationship with Him, because we're seeing Him in a different light, right? We're seeing Him in a different way, and we're just gaining that experience with Him. So I encourage you guys just to keep praying, keep believing, keep the faith, keep walking, and believe that God can make the impossible possible. So if you like this video, make sure you actually press that like button, subscribe to this channel, and that you also comment below. I want to know what you guys think about this story, and your thoughts about, you know, God making the impossible possible. So thank you guys for watching again. I love you guys. Thank you for always tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.